y'all? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's recap and review Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 7, episode 8. Y'all, I'm gonna try my best to give y'all what I give, because right now I'm a little annoyed because I did already record a video, tried to edit it and put it out this afternoon. Audio all the way screwed up, so now I gotta redo it. So I'm gonna try to give y'all my best, but let's get into this review. All right, y'all, so the episode opens up where it left off, where we're still at Peter's restaurant. It's the aftermath of pretty much what happened between Wendy and Mia. You got Mia sitting in the car, calling her husband, talking about, just give me a flight home. Just give me a flight home. Like, just give me a flight home. And I got mad annoyed with that throughout this whole entire episode, because my thing when it comes to Mia is, you claim to be this boss chick or this boss. I'm like, you have a phone, preferably probably an iPhone, and it really doesn't matter anymore. It could be a what's it called? I was about to call it a Sam. Is it a Samsung? An Android. It could be an Android. Either way, both phone types you have 5G, unless you don't got it, and that says a lot about your bank account. But both phones have that. So I'm like, why not just use your phone? Like, get on Google Flights and book you a flight, girl. Like, you constantly telling everybody, like, I'm leaving. Like, people really care. Because I guarantee you, Giselle and Robin don't really care that much. But they're going to egg it on, because at the end of the day, they don't like Wendy. And you being an adversary against Wendy, they're going to ride for you. But honestly, if you had beef with Ashley or Karen and you chose to leave, no one would really care. Even, and you, if you would have did that to Charisse, they probably would have told you to leave. So I'm just kind of like, girl, you putting on. She's sitting in the car with Jacqueline. Jacqueline is just looking at her like, I can't believe this is my friend. But I'm like, girl, it is, and you chose her, so that's your fault. You got Wendy going to production and basically telling production, like, get me a room. I don't care. At the end of the day, like, screw all the professor stuff. I'm Wendy, and Wendy's gonna always be Wendy. And if I see that lady and it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm dragging and tagging that ass down them steps. So don't play with me. And they're like, okay, we got you. And you know what? I don't blame her. I don't. Because here's the thing. You throw a drink on me. Whatever comes out my mouth comes out my mouth. Like, honestly, what Wendy said was not that deep for me to throw a drink, because all Wendy said was, I don't check in with, the only man I check in with is my husband. Maybe that's what you and your husband do, but that's not what I do. And then Mia chucks the drink, and it did get on Wendy. So I'm just kind of like, she didn't say nothing disrespectful until after you threw the drink. And they even showed 40 seconds after you threw the drink, that's when her mouth got disrespectful. And mind you, that was like mid-tier disrespect, to be like, oh, that's why everybody think you and your husband out here effing around with everybody and you effing Peter. Honestly, the way people were saying I would have called you a crack baby, the internet was like, girl, what Wendy said wasn't even that deep. And mind you, you throw a drink on me, oh, I'm saying any and everything. Like, by the end of that fight, you would probably want to put hands on me. And I'm probably going to tell you, let's go. Let's hit this parking lot real quick, because you just disrespected me for no reason, ma'am. Like, you disrespected her for no reason. You threw a drink on her and you purposely tried to hit her with your purse, or you did hit her with your purse for no reason. Like, it didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense why you did that to her. Like, no sense at all, bro. Like, no sense at all. So we got the other ladies who are still sitting at the table. Ashley saying, like, Mia was wrong. Karen was like, they're both wrong. You got Giselle and Robin saying, Karen, you need to pick a side. Like, stop, like, straddling the fence and pick a side. Like, pick a side, Karen. And Karen's like, I'm not picking a side. I'm a friend to everybody, even your raggedy ass Giselle. And I'm just not picking a side. I don't want to. Like, I'm cool. Mind you, she did pick a side last time. We know it was Monique's side. So this whole Karen didn't pick a side. Karen definitely pick a side, especially when she chose to call HR on Candace. You picked a side, ma'am. You weren't that neutral. This one, I can say Karen is being neutral, because she is saying, like, no, I feel like y'all are both wrong, which is Karen's right. I don't think Wendy is wrong, because the disrespectful nature didn't come out until the drink was thrown and violence was predicated towards her. Mind you, my thing is like what Wendy said should have not hit Mia in her chest or in her crawl like the old people say like that, because since season 6 you and your husband been advocating that y'all are freaks. Your husband was out here licking his tongue out at Karen like he was Omochi Rarun. I say that man's name all wrong. Orochi Marun off of Naruto, just like at her, all like, and that's what your man was doing. Then on top of that, you like to say you not a stripper, but you are a stripper, but then you try to like play into it. Then you got this homoerotic relationship with Jacqueline, which I don't have no problems with. That's what y'all do, but we can't act like y'all don't play into it. I am not taking a shower with none of my friends naked in that way just because. Just because. Now, it's different if the hot water is running low and we all got to get in here because I'm not taking no cold shower. But that house looks like the structure and the foundation is straight. So you chose to take a shower with your friend. And it is kind of like, what y'all doing? And you give very much, y'all be passing Jacqueline around like it's nothing. That's what y'all give. That's what you give. Just saying. Just saying. So everyone decides it's time to leave. Ashley goes and checks on Wendy while she's sitting on the steps trying to collect herself. Wendy decides not to go back into the restaurant. Neither does Mia or Jacqueline, but the ladies are sitting at the table eating dessert and just talking about what just happened. Wendy is telling Ashley like, yeah, it's whatever, like it's done. Like I didn't need, like she got beside herself for no reason. And I don't regret anything I said. So they finally get to the house. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, this episode really felt like Bad Girls Club edition. Because the way they walked into that house, I was waiting for the beat to drop in here. What I want, yes, I get it. Do. Bad girls, we like to talk tough. Bad girls, we get what we want. Bad girls, do. I was waiting for that because the way everybody's like sauntered or walked back into the house, and it was just like, I was waiting for somebody to run upstairs to their room, change their clothes real quick to their fighting clothes, and then meet somebody at the door, and then just commence the wah. I was waiting for it. Like, I was just like, oh, this is really giving me Bad Girls Club geriatric edition because I was weak. Like, because everybody walks back in the house. You have the cliques like going into their room, into the basement, and then you have Wendy and Ashley upstairs, and I think Karen went to her room, and Wendy is like, yeah, I'm leaving. Like, she packing her stuff. Ashley is telling her, like, Ashley didn't want her to leave, but she understood, so she's giving her suitcases down in the dungeon with everybody else except Karen and it was just Karen, Wendy, and Ashley weren't down in the basement with Giselle, Robin, Cherise, Jacqueline, and Mia. They asked Mia, like, are you okay? Mia's like, for right now. And they're like, are you still leaving? Because Mia in the car ride back to the house was saying that she was leaving. Like, G had finally booked her a flight at 8:30 in the morning and she was rolling out. And they were still like, are you still gonna leave? And my thing was like, girl, you can leave, but this trip is not going to be over. It's just not going to be over, sis. Like, Bravo paid for this house. It's not going to be over. So they're sitting down in the basement, and like Jacqueline is saying that honestly it was two personalities like clashing, because Mia doesn't like to hear the word no, and most people don't tell her no. And then Wendy is a professor, so like she's not used to hearing people tell her no. And I was like, no was not even a part of this conversation. Your friend decided to be funny and thought she was gonna be cute, sit down at the table and proceed to tell her that a man that runs this establishment got beef with her and she was supposed to react any differently. Jacqueline, shut up. I was feeling bad for you, but I don't, because throughout this whole entire episode, you basically proved to me why you and Mia are friends. And for you to be like, I'm different from Mia's friends, I tell her no. You don't tell her no, ma'am. You sit there and you co-sign the bull because you need something from her. Mess. Mess. So then we find out that Candace gets there. Robin fills her in, shows her the video that she took when she was being TMZ. Candace is shocked and she's like, bro, it's only been, y'all were only in Miami for 6 hours and this happened. Like, how? But then Candace said she understood why Wendy was pissed, because you throw a drink at me, I'm taking your edges home with me. I screamed. I'm not even gonna lie. I said, you right. Take them edges with you. So then it's the next day. So let's get to it. So everybody is at the house except Wendy. Like I said, Candace is there and they're talking about what they're going to do for the day. Everybody goes out beside the pool and Mia lets them know that they're going to have a beach day celebrating Karen's birthday, because on this episode, it's officially Karen's 59th birthday. You then have, before everyone got out to the pool, you had the battle of the hypocrites. You got Ashley saying that, while they were eating breakfast, that she feels like Giselle is a hypocrite because Giselle was so against violence when it came between Monique and Candace, but now you're siding with the person who did the violence, which is Mia. And then you got Giselle looking at Ashley like, oh, I don't like getting physical and the physicality, but you didn't even see the fight between Candace and Monique and you decided to write a statement. That's why it doesn't make sense to me why Candace would ever want to be friends with Ashley, because girl, she tried to mess up your court case. Screw her and that big light bulb headed head of hers. Screw her. But they're both going back and forth. And honestly, they both made good points. We know that Giselle is only riding for Mia because she does not like Wendy. We know that Ashley rode for Monique because she does not like Candace. Both of them are the same person arguing the same point. They're both a bunch of hypocrites. So like I said, battle of the hypocrites. So like I said, Mia took everyone outside and they said that they were going to do a pool, like a beach day for, what's her name? For Karen's 59th birthday. A lot of people were harping on the fact that Juan didn't take them kids to school. It didn't really bother me because I was like, aren't they like 14 and 13? Unless their school is like a drive away, they don't ride the school bus. Like, I was like, they live in a big enough neighborhood where I know there's a bus stop in there for the school bus to come pick them up. I was like, by the time me and my sister hit that age, you was getting on the bus. Like, maybe my parents made breakfast for us, but you were responsible for making sure you made it to school. So I was just kind of like, oh, okay. I didn't think that was that big of a deal that people were making it. So while some people are in the pool, you got Ashley, Candace, and Karen sitting beside the pool, and they call Wendy. Candace ends up crying because she's triggered. She feels like it's not okay for people to put hands on each other just because they can't fight back verbally. Candace is telling Wendy, like, you should be here and don't let none of these raggedy you-know-whats make you feel like you shouldn't be here, because you should be here. Karen tells Wendy, like, hey, I want you to come to the beach day. Like, I'm personally inviting you. I would like you to come. And Ashley is like, yeah, you should come and be neutral ground. It's not going to be at the house. It's not going to be at the club. You should definitely come. So Wendy says, okay, I'm down to come. While Candace starts crying, you see Robin, Jacqueline, and Sharice in the pool. And Robin is like, this is not the same. I don't get why Candace is crying about the situation. And in a sense, I get where Robin is coming from. A drink was thrown at Wendy, but her head didn't get bashed in by somebody else. But in the way the optics are being mirrored to Candace, it is the same. It's because y'all are still cool with the person who advocated violence against the person, against like someone. Just like everybody online was riding for Monique, it feels the same way. And mind you, I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, you can't, people have to react with their words. I get it. You can't regulate how people respond, but y'all are on a TV show meant for arguing. Yeah, a drink throwing here or there, a dust up, because we've had it on Atlanta. We had Kenya pulling out Kim Fields' chair. We had Portia grabbing Kenya by the hair and dusting her with the floor. We've seen on Real Housewives of New York, and even Jersey, drinks be getting thrown, tables be getting flipped. Dallas, Leanne was throwing glass on the floor to make a point. So we get that. We get the dramatics, but it's not supposed to happen. Those are not supposed to be things that happen on this show, because this show is supposed to be, y'all are supposed to be like the upper echelon. It shouldn't revert to violence. Like, if y'all really gonna be popping people in the head, save that for the Bad Girls Club or Love and Hip Hop or Zeus. Because that's what we expect on them shows. We don't expect that on Bravo, because Bravo is supposed to be trying to be like, oh, we're classy or somewhat classy reality TV. We not messy like that. So everyone goes inside the house. They're all of, we see Karen ask Mia, like, hey, I want to invite Wendy to the beach. Like, it's my day. I would like to invite her. And are you okay with that? Mia's like, no, I'm not really okay with that. It's just too early. I'm like, how is it just too early? And you're the one who threw the drink and tried to hit the lady with with your purse. What are we talking about, Mia? You the one that caused harm. I'm confused. And then Mia decides to be like, I just feel, like I said, why she getting them claws razored down. I just feel like anybody who would uphold someone who spoke negatively about my husband, it says a lot about them. So Karen is like, put an ad name on it, sis. Are you talking about me? And Mia's like, no, I'm talking about in general. And I'm looking at Mia like, girl, again, the insults to your husband did not come until you threw the drink. So no one would have insulted your husband if you wouldn't have got beside yourself and got out of pocket. So that's on you. So they have to resend the invitation to Wendy because of Mia. And Ashley, Candace, and Karen decide, you know what? We're not going to the beach day. We're going to go check on Wendy. So they doing shots at the table. Candace said limes are for bitches, because they were like, ooh, y'all took them shots without limes. And Robin got an attitude. You can tell that Robin and Candace are friends outside of the show, because Robin does support Candace in whatever she does. She promoted that Christmas movie. She's been promoting her music, but they don't really show them being friends, which they probably should, because that's honestly what's missing from Potomac is friendship. Like, we genuinely don't get to see these women being like friends. We see that they're just a bunch of co-workers and there's cliques amongst each other, but they're not really friends. They're really not. So you have them breaking up. Everyone who's going on the beach day gets in the car with Mia. Everyone who's going to go check on Wendy gets in the car with Karen. So as they're piling into the car, Mia gets all up like, wait, where are they going? Like, she didn't know that Ashley and Candace were going to go check on Wendy. Mind you, Candace hasn't seen Wendy since she got there. And Wendy and Candace seem to be the closest in the group, closest to each other in the group. You had Ashley saying that you were wrong to go check up on her on the day of the altercation. And you had Karen tell you that both of you two were wrong. So why would you think that they would go to beach day rather than check up on Wendy? So she gets out the car. Then she want to swing up the door like she the Red Hulk and almost make Ashley fall into the pavement, because Ashley was like leaning up on the car texting. And like I said, she almost fell out the car. So then Ashley's like, oh, okay. And she's like, I just want to let you two know something. Mia says this, I just want to let you two know something, that you're going to have to find another place to stay. Because no. So then Candace is like, girl, shut the door. Ashley is like, Mia, that's really petty. Like, you're being petty for no reason. So then Karen is like, what is going on? Because Karen's sitting in the back of the car, and they're like, what about Karen? And she's like, well, Karen can stay because Karen came to me directly. You two, no. And so they both looking at her. And this makes me mad at Ashley, because the tag team that they gave her in the confessional was golden. Ashley said, I don't know who Mia thinks she is with her size 13 feet to tell me, a grown woman, where I will and will not stay. But I'm staying in my room. Then Candace is like, I don't know why this lady is mad, because you're not going to kick me out of a house where I was invited to. She just mad because her feet big. And it was funny because they both looked at Mia like, girl, shut up. And my thing is, like, Mia bold to come at that car with Karen, Candace, and Ashley, knowing good and well that Karen, well, more so Ashley and Candace, can wrap Mia up so quickly. We probably really would have had a Bad Girls moment where she would have yanked them out the car if they would have got the yang at Mia. Because I'm like, Mia, go somewhere. Mia just felt, and that's the thing, the fact that Robin That's the problem. The fact that Robin, Giselle, Charisse, and Jacqueline are like emboldening Mia. Mia is getting beside herself. Cause girl, this is not even your trip. And even if I was you, I would not want to claim this trip because this is one of the most raggedy trips I have ever seen. Most raggedy trips I have ever seen. Like, girl. So we finally get to the ladies seeing, like, going out to see each other. We see Wendy, Candace, Ashley, and Karen at the lunch spot. It's like, I think it's called Vercelli's. That food look good. It's a Cuban restaurant. I've seen it in all reality TV when they go down to Miami. I guess it's a very iconic spot down there. And they're talking. We find out that Wendy was crying all night. She also said that I can't believe she tried to fight me over Peter when Peter even told me he don't even fool with y'all like that because Mia did some snake stuff to his girl, which makes me feel like I'm gonna keep that to myself. But I see what's going on with y'all. I know. I really do feel like what really set Mia off, really when she got more aggressive and more violent, was when Wendy said, "Is you effing him?" And I believe that she probably has and probably continue does. I believe that. Cause she got too heated for that. So then they're just talking. Candace ends up inviting Wendy to go with her to meet Trina. I think Karen and Ashley thought they was gonna get an invite, but I'm like, Candace is like, I don't fool with y'all like that. This is cute, but this is my real friend. Real friend. I'm taking my real friend to my real business endeavors. So then we see the ladies on the beach, tired. They sitting on the beach in like lawn chairs with like 3 umbrellas. They thought they was doing something by bringing them quesadillas and that sushi. I was like, this is lame. This is so lame. And like, Mia stays lying because if you tell me we going to a cabana, I'm thinking a cabana. Like, we're either at some really nice poolside beachfront hotel with a cabana, or we're actually on the water, like on the beach, and there's a actual structure that looks like a cabana. Y'all were sitting in the beach amongst the people on lawn chairs with cute little umbrellas. I was like, this is not even a beach day. I said, Mia, I would never want to take ownership of this. And as much as Mia likes to call everybody low budget and basic, girl, you just proved to all of us you are low. Like, you are touching the crust of the earth, low tier, basement, low budget, bro. Because I was like, I've been on better trips to less iconic beaches. What is this, Mia? What is this? So they're sitting on the beach. Mia starts talking about how her therapist has told her that she writes people off too easily and she's a people pleaser. Lies. Because you ain't pleased nobody this whole entire trip. And well, you know what? I can see her being a people pleaser in the sense of Mia wants validation from certain people, so she'll do their bidding, i.e. Giselle and Robin. Because I still can't believe you're still cool with these people who question your cancer story, even though I questioned it and I stand upon that. Because even Robin is still talking cash money ish about you in the confessionals, even though she don't like Wendy, because she really don't like you too, but you're a lesser of two evils. And she was like, I don't see no lumps, which you're not going to see any. Sometimes you'll see lumps, but lumps can also be on the inside of you if they do like an ultrasound or an MRI. But what I say is there were no incision scars. So I'm just like, girl. And then when Mia decided to do that tired twerking, I said maybe she wasn't lying about being at a strip club in ball gowns, because she sure won't on the main stage. She was not giving us the Mississippi experience or the Mercedes experience, because that twerk was deplorable. Because I'm like, it's people Mia age that I know, because I watched Beyond the Pole, and them ladies was in their 40s setting it off in the club. So I'm like, sis, you probably was a hostess. You probably was a server serving the people good drinks and alcohol. Because that twerk was so sad. It was pathetic. And they was throwing money at her. I said, y'all throwing money at that? That's when you gladly pick up your money and put stuff it back in your purse. Then these group of boys came up looking like they were on break for like spring break. It gave very much like, oh, we down here for spring break. Robin was real cringe touching on that 21-year-old boy. I was like, she was touching on him like he was like a new leather handbag. Like she was trying to buy a Birkin and wanted to feel it. I said, girl, if you don't stop rubbing on this little boy like that. And I mean, mind you, he was cute. He was cute. But Robin is like 3 decades older than him. Like, sis, abort. Abort. He took a picture of them, and then everyone goes back home. So they go back to the house. Wendy is still not there. They're getting ready for Karen's oh, I forgot to mention, Ashley sent a text while she was with while they were at the Cuban restaurant, where pretty much she told Mia, "You're rude, you're disrespectful, you're petty. How dare you invite me on a trip and then tell me I don't have a place to stay, but I will be sleeping in my room tonight, so don't play with me, girl." And Giselle was like, she got a point. Like, I can't even, she got a point. Because the decision, like, I think she also said the decision I made doesn't harm you, because it don't harm you. So then Sharice, trying to be an eager beaver, decides to text them saying like, "Oh, I'm Mia's assistant. Like, I misspoke. I spoke out of turn. Apologies. We're going to go tonight and have a good time. So let's not even fret about what happened." And they were all laughing, but told Sharice to shut up. And like, when they got the text, and then they moved on. So they back at the house. Clearly people are drunk. Giselle is drunk. We see Giselle, Karen, and Ashley down at the foot of the stairs. We find out that Ray sent Karen a nice bouquet of roses. And at the top of the stairs is Jacqueline and what's her name? Mia, looking like the evil stepsisters off of Cinderella, just standing up there like, "Karen, we need to talk to you." I was like, ew. And y'all, I know we're not supposed to talk about people's appearances. I know we're not. But Mia's face is so hard. It is so hard. Like, it looks rock hard. And I saw pictures of Mia before we see her on this show. And I'm like, why did you mess with your face? Either she getting too much Botox or fillers. Either way, let it go, sis. Because you looked very youthful. Like, I can see that at that age that she was trying to play like, oh, I'm 33, 32. I can give Mia like 35 when I see old pictures of her. But when I see her now, it's giving a hard 46. A hard 46. Like, you got to leave that stuff alone, ma'am. Leave it alone, Mia. Leave it all the way alone. So... oh, and like when I tell you I wanted Jacqueline to shut up this entire episode, because when they were in the pool earlier in the episode and they were like, "Oh, where is Wendy? Like, did she leave? Did she go back to DC or whatnot?" And they were like, "Is she still in Carroll City, which is Miami?" And she was like, Jacqueline was like, "No, she got herself in a hotel. Is she coming?" And they were like, "Oh, is she coming back?" Jacqueline gonna say, "Oh, I wouldn't let her come back." First, she was like, I think she said, "I wouldn't let her come back," saying I wouldn't let Mia let her come back. And I was like, who are you, Jacqueline? You're a friend of. Sis, you're not even that. Who are you to even think you pull rank up in this house to say you a full-time cast member can't come back? Girl, you not, your checks ain't even scraping or even are you even getting paid? I'm of the thought that they are paying you in gift cards and a bucket of chicken nuggets. Like, girl, go on somewhere. Talking about you not gonna let Wendy in the house. You not gonna let her do. Girl, who are you? So they standing at the top of the stairs like the evil stepsisters. Karen's like, "Okay, I'll be up there." They get in there. Mia's rolled up in her towel like this, holding on to her towel. And like face hard as I don't know what, hair wrapped up. You got Jacqueline sitting there. Now, Karen, we just feel, or Mia feels, a little slighted that you chose to go check care of Wendy and not come with her on the beach day. And then I'm looking at Jacqueline like, why are you being her mouthpiece? This whole entire 2 episodes, you've been saying that Mia is very vocal, very bold. Why are you talking for her? Like I said, this leads me to believe that Jacqueline is one of those yes friends that she claims that she's not for Mia, because she sat on that bed and it was like, clearly your friend looks stupid, and if you were a good friend, you would have told your friend she sounds and looks stupid, because you're telling Karen that she shouldn't have went and checked on Wendy when the lady told you that she felt like both of y'all are wrong and that they're both of y'all are my friend. My thing when it comes to, and then I think Mia's feelings got hurt when Karen was like, because I think Mia said something to the effect of like, "I'm hosting your birthday and now I don't feel like I want to with this dinner," like trying to say like she was going to revoke the dinner, like she tried to revoke Candace's and Ashley's residence in this home. And Karen basically told her, like, you don't have to host my birthday dinner tonight. Like, it doesn't even have to be about my birthday dinner. At the end of the day, like, my man sent me flowers. I had a nice time with the people I went to go check on. I'm good to go. You don't got to worry about me. And I could kind of see in Mia's face that she was like, Like, I think she thought Karen was going to be like, no, Mia, don't. But Karen pretty much told Mia, like, girl, it's whatever. I told you what it was. So then she goes on this long, like, this. So then Wendy is, not Wendy, my Lord. Mia is like, you went to go check on Wendy, the wicked woman of the West or something like that. And I was looking at Mia like, girl, go take a shower. Go get in the shower. Go wash your face. Shut up. So then she leaves and Jacqueline's like, so you guys aren't friends now? And I'm like, Jacqueline, you shut up too, lady. Both of y'all, shut up. Go somewhere. Go somewhere. But that was the end of it. I'm interested to see what we gonna get next episode, because we had that moment where Ashley and Candace came together, but then Ashley decided next episode that she was gonna take 19 steps back because we moved a couple of steps forward. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be regularly authentic and hop down in them comments below. Deuces.